Ladies and gentlemen, I have a new mic. Hopefully everything sounds better, clear. I got the clip-on mic with the little tiny little furry thing on top that those annoying streamers do, the ones that do the that go around interviewing people on the streets. Yeah, so let's see if it sounds better. I already set up the brick wall, the fake brick wall. So when I stream, it's gonna look nice. So obviously, if I'm gonna be standing and talking like Jim Cramer and moving my head around and bobbing left and right and moving my hands and all that, I need to have a clip on mic and I need to stand and move around like crazy. I have to be animated, is what I noticed from studying his style of putting out the content that he does. So but we're gonna take it next level because we're no Jim Cramer. I ain't no Jim Cramer. Hell no. We're better than Jim Cramer. Our timing is very good because we wait for discounts. We wait for stocks to get cheap. SoFi is literally over 50% off. Not 50% off. It's literally nah. Let me rephrase that. Not literally. It is. There's a lot of money to be made here from 20 to 30. I want you to think about that. From 20 to 30, just on the recovery alone is a 50% move. That's assuming you buy shares. I'm pretty confident that with calls, even with leaps, you could make way more than that, percentage wise. So I'm making this video to tell you, like, hey, I think, I don't know if we bottomed, but what I do know is we are very much discounted and we like buying discounts, right? Remember when we were buying this at 30, we were flipping it around there and we got lucky that we were able to get out with a small loss, and then it tanked to 24 and then it bounced and then it just kind of went sideways. And I made several videos telling you guys, hey, I kind of don't like this. Usually when a stock makes a big move to the upside and then goes sideways, it's going to be followed by some tanking, and that's exactly what happened. This is why I tell people not to chase high hoping it goes higher. And if you do chase high hoping it goes higher, you do it with a stop loss so that you don't hold the bag all the way down, because that's a pretty bad strategy. Hey guys, I'm going to chase high, and if it doesn't work out, I hold the big bag. Woo! Like that's no, that's just stupid. That's what we call in the Discord. We call that the smart thing is to buy when it's discounted. So this is a buy. This is I'm giving it the big thumbs up, the two thumbs up, the three thumbs up, the Jim Cramer inverse, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know Jim Cramer. I've heard some funny things about him, but I guess you can inverse me if you want. If you feel like inversing me, all in on a short position, all in on puts, buy puts down here, and you will be rewarded if I'm wrong. I wouldn't make that bet though. The time to buy puts, the time to short this stock was at 30s. So think about it from the from the short side of things. Think about that. Do you really want to be shorting here? No, right? It's already down. It's the time to short was up there. Anyone shorting right now might be setting themselves out to get squeezed because they're joining the game already $10, $12 late. That's how I think of it, at least. So 50% potential with calls, you stand to make over 100%, especially if you have the account set to buy plenty. Let me see. JP Morgan upgrades SoFi Technologies after Q4 results in 2026 guidance. Overweight. This came out 2 days ago. Yeah, that's one thing. That's another thing about SoFi is it does continue to acquire members, and it has the revenues behind it. Let me check the revenues. That's probably more important than this. Yeah, SoFi revenues. You can see that right here. Look at those. Look at those juicy revenues. Every year it just keeps growing because there's so much demand for what they offer. 1 billion, 1.76 billion, 2.91 billion, 3.77 billion, and finally 4.77 billion in 2025. This is 2026. We should see an increase to, I believe, 5 billion, high 5 billion, or maybe even low 6 billion. Let's see. We can do some quick maths here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So, yeah. They should perform even better, especially with everything that's coming on the crypto side of things. But that's going to take time to play out. Anyways, I think this is a good bet. SoFi right here. A lot of stocks are a good bet right now, right? When everything crashes, everything is cheap. So everything's a discount. Everything's a good buy. You know, from Palantir to ASTS to SoFi and the many others that are out there. I think quantum stocks are super discounted too. I don't know if I want to buy them because those only move when the hype comes back into quantum. But this makes it hard for us, right? Think about what I'm about to say. If everything's cheap and discounted and there's a lot of good companies out there with growing revenues like SoFi, it makes it kind of difficult to what do I buy? Do I buy SoFi or do I buy Palantir Leaps or do I buy NVTS Leaps? Like where do I put my money here? So if I had to play it safe, I would say SoFi would be the safest. It's not very volatile like ASTS. Like it's not going to make a $50 move like ASTS can. It's not as volatile as Palantir. It's not going to drop $70 or move $70 real quick, but that makes it a lot more predictable and you're not going to be crying when it bleeds out. Because that's the problem with holding volatile stocks. People want to buy volatile stocks because they want it to be volatile to the upside and they make a lot of money. Oh my God, it just went up $5 in one day. Woo! But when everything tanks, it can drop like $5 to $10 real quick. And people don't like looking at their portfolio drop from 70K to 30K. But that's kind of just part of the game. If you're going to buy volatile stocks, your portfolio is it's gonna move up and down quite a bit. It can go from 70K to 30K, then back to 70K, and then 50K, then 80K, and so on and so forth. I've seen it. I've had people tell me like, "Oh man, I think I'm gonna buy stocks that aren't so volatile." So SoFi is on the side of being not so volatile. So I give it's much safer. And not only that, again, it has the growing revenues. It just keeps trending on the yearly time frame. Let me show you in the yearly time frame. People never look at the yearly time frame. You want to see something very interesting on the yearly time frame, right? You see it? I'm going to give you a second to really think about this. I want you to take a look at the yearly time frame. What do you see? What do you see? I see it, and I think you see it too. The last time we had a red year was 2022, and it was nothing more than a buy opportunity. It came down as low as 424, and in the bull run sent it to 30. So who ended up making a lot of money? The people who bought the fear, the people who bought the red, the people who bought when it crashed, the people who kept dollar cost averaging as it kept going lower. And here we are, the cycles repeat. And what's happening? Well, it's starting off pretty bad, right? This whole year so far has been off to a bad start. Took a while for it to tank. Finally did. What do you think's going to happen? Well, I'll tell you right now, if you're dollar cost averaging, you're going to win long term. This is why people say you got to buy when everyone else is scared. You got to buy the fear, and you got a dollar cost average. Don't try to time the bottom. Just be happy that you got that you're getting this at 50% off, or not even. I think is it 50%? No, not 50% off. I think 50%. No, no, no. I confused my. You're gonna make 50% plus on the way up, but I don't think it's 50% off. Let me check. That's another thing. When we need stocks to crash to make a lot of money on the way up. Let me check. How much is it discounted right now? Uh, yeah, about 40% discounted from highs, and you just keep dollar cost averaging. That's how you win long term. You can't be selling out of fear. Believe it or not, people sell because they're scared. They're like, "Oh no, it's over." But you're not dumb like that. You're smart. You know what you're doing. So there you go. That's the alert. I'm excited about this. This is why I love crashes. Everything gets so cheap. There's a lot of good companies discounted, and then I'm kind of like upset because it's like, oh, what do I buy? Palantir calls, ASTS calls, SoFi calls, a little bit of each. Like, where do I diversify? Like, what do I put my money into? There's so much opportunity everywhere. The bull market will be incredible, and I believe we will see this back to 30, then 40, then 50. That is my opinion. Could be wrong. Just some guy in a closet talking into a mic. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to join the Discord for SoFi, Nvidia, Palantir, and many other AI stock alerts, patreon.com/shades and trades. Shades out.